There will be a documentary. There should be a class taught about the Paul brothers in college, freshman year. They are as important to our country as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my God.
This is where I lost Leanne too. But he's as important as George Washington.
Well, they will use this in the documentary. So good for you on that.
Leanne goes out of town for 2 days. So I run over the bus. I grab the Oculus. I race home. I mean, I'm like charging them in the car.
Yeah.
There's one girl.
Yeah.
She gets on top of me. She's got her 2 friends are working my nipples.
That's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
She's on top of me. A friend's making out with her. Another girl's playing with her. And she got red hair. And she looks at me and she goes, look me in the eyes when you me. And I look up and I'm staring in her eyes, Tom. And I said out loud, is this real? And then Leanne came home.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, you got the VR goggles.
Great to see you.
Yes, it's so good to see you. Can't wait to go back to you. I was like, where's Leanne's labia been? And then I did research. Do you know that women in menopause lose their labia?
What? Really?
I fucking found that out.
How do they lose it?
And it falls off, I guess. But these young girls have crazy labias.
It's 2026 and Bert Kreischer's back. After dominating the Lolcow of the Year poll 2 years in a row, Bert's lost out to Akash Singh for 2025, albeit due to understandable circumstances. Now that things have died down for Akash, he can go back to being Andrew Schultz's laugh track on Flagrant. But for our boy Bert, things are only getting worse. If you recall, after the Summer Bears takeover last year, Bert's episodes have been absolutely tanking. I've spoken about this at great length already, but basically, the Bert episodes of 2 Bears, 1 Cave are getting such low views that there's no way it's going to be sustainable going forward, especially considering the manpower required to put out each episode every week. I mean, Tom didn't renew the Sopranos kids' contract at the end of 2025, so they're the latest casualty of the YMH Studios podcast bubble. The YMH network is like the WeWork of the podcasting world. And so to save the 2 Bears podcast, they hired Chrissy D and Stubby to come back for the winter, posting 4 episodes over the new year, except not even they could save the show, which only came in at around half the views they were getting over the summer. Just as a quick aside though, and I'll be quick with this because I really want to get back to some A-grade Bert slander, if Tom and Christina are forced to shut down YMH Studios, Tom is so fucked. Outside of stand-up comedy, YMH would be Tom's biggest income source, and now that he's quite clearly done with comedy after dropping his worst special ever and also publicly admitting he's moving away from comedy into film and television, his income from YMH is going to be more important than ever. But as you can see, over the past 18 months, the podcast bubble has begun to deflate, and I honestly don't know how much longer most of the shows under his network are gonna last. And without all the online publicity he generates through his comedy and podcasting, nobody's gonna know who the fuck he is if he decides to focus on film and TV. I keep telling you, all of these guys are in the process of Brendan Schaubing themselves. It's fucking hilarious. But Bert's head is also on the proverbial chopping block. Like I was just saying, his numbers have been tanking hard over the last 6 months, and finally he's realizing what we've all been saying for years. Bert finally gets it.
There's this thing I recognize in people that I identify with, and it's the need to be seen. And mine's shallow. I get on stage to do it. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I do podcasts because I want to be seen. My goal in this year is to be less seen. I think I wanted to be seen so much that I got kind of annoying to people. Mm-hmm. It's like I was everywhere. And like people would go like, you're the TikTok guy? And I'm like, no. They're like, you're all over my TikTok. And I was like, I don't think I am. And they're like, yeah, you are.
So Bert's finally decided in 2026 he's going to slow things down and reduce his exposure. That's why his new Netflix show Free Bert comes out next week, his Permission to Party tour is in full swing, and he's still dropping half a dozen podcast episodes every week. Not to mention the team of staff he has set up in a house back in LA, posting daily to his socials. By the way, if you don't want to watch his new Netflix series but still want to see me rip it to pieces, check out the link in the description to my Patreon where I'll be reviewing it in forensic detail, as well as a full breakdown of the Kill Tony Netflix show that just dropped, plus a whole bunch of other videos that are waiting there for you to check out. But it seems like tall, funny, and underexposed comedian Joe Rogan has finally gotten through to Bert.
Yeah, I try to tell that to my friends. Like, do not get overexposed. I don't just say no to everything because I'm not interested in doing anything more.
Yeah.
But it's also because I'm clearly overexposed. And you got to know when you're overexposed. But I have friends that, like, they'll do every fucking interview that anybody asks.
Yeah.
They'll do every project that comes up.
Yeah.
They never have any time. Like, I got to slow down. Like, yeah, you got to slow down.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing all this shit? You're already wealthy.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Be a little mysterious.
The only thing mysterious about Whitney Cummings is how she convinced the Saudis to invite her to the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Actually, never mind. I'll keep that thought to myself. But Joe absolutely gets it. I mean, if you're already worth $500 million, it makes complete sense to annoy the fuck out of everyone by dropping 90-second ad reads in the middle of your podcast. And just when you thought the hypocrisy couldn't get any worse, Bert decided to start off the year by giving us some insight into his life at the moment. For those of you who are unaware, according to the man himself, Bert and his wife had a sleep divorce because he refuses to wear a CPAP machine and his wife, Leanne, is sick of him Jimi Hendrixing throughout the night and waking her up. So he's been relegated to the cinema room downstairs. Basically, Bert is now a full-blown incel. It took him literally 14 seconds into this episode of Two Bears to bring this up. And just before I play the clip, I want to give you guys a cringe warning. If you're easily grossed out by middle-aged men divulging their deepest, darkest fantasies out loud, then you might want to skip this part.
I had my first threesome.
Nice.
Yes.
Where was it?
In my bedroom.
What are their names?
I didn't get their names.
Oh,
It
good.
was on Oculus.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
What'd
Let me
you
tell
think?
you. Oh. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to go back to one person.
I know, dude.
I was in a foursome. So Leanne went out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been able to use the Oculus. I'm afraid someone's going to walk into me like a blind person jacking off just in their room. And someone's like, he gets done and everyone just claps.
Mm-hmm.
And so Leanne goes out of town for 2 days. So I run over to the bus. I grab the Oculus. I race home. I mean, I'm like charging them in the car.
Yeah.
One girl, just me and this chick.
Yeah.
And I was quick. It was good.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, I'm gonna probably f again tonight.
Yeah.
And then I go, I should explore these Oculus. So I go and get this thing. It's called Brink, and you can travel the world. And I'm like, oh, cool. But then I'm sitting at the Corona Arch in the Mojave Desert. I'm going, I should have someone sucking my dick while I'm here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what am I? Why isn't someone sucking my dick?
Yeah.
If it's there, I want my dick sucked.
Do you do the dual screen?
I got the screen where you can see reality. I can see the screen. I'm watching football, and there's a chick and another chick in the corner of my house on the dog bed. And I'm just sitting there going, this is...
You know that this is the end of humanity.
It is
right?
the end of humanity.
We're definitely about to it's all about to end.
No, I have some tips. There's one girl.
Yeah.
She gets on top of me. She's got her two friends are working my nipples.
That's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
She's on top of me. A friend's making out with her. Another girl's playing with her tits. And she got red hair. And she looks at me and she goes, look me in the eyes when you f me. And I look up and I'm staring in her eyes, Tom. And I said out loud, is this real?
Yeah.
I mean, by the last day, Leanne's got a flight home, and I know I'm not going to race to get one more orgy.
You got to get one more in.
Dude, I'm in my room, murdered out, blacked out curtains. And they're whispering in your ear. This last one I get. I'm a mental patient who's lost his memory, and they're trying to jog my memory back.
Oh, that always helps when you get your sucked. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm this one chick, and this other chick's whispering in my ear, and then I hear this girl go, look at me. And I look at me, she goes, look at me, you little pervert. And I was like, oh, and I right away. I was like, God, I'm a pervert. Oh, God.
Okay, so here's the thing. Bert, if you're watching, and you probably are, I mean, let's be honest, that guy would click on anything with his name and face on it. It's not just the overexposure that's the problem. And don't think I didn't notice that Tom Segura looks like Dave Attell, the Hollywood film director. Sorry, guys, I'm all over the place. I think I've had too much coffee today. But Bert, you're in your mid-50s now, bro. It's neither cool nor interesting to listen to you talking about your sexual fantasies. It's just gross. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, including Tom Segura, wants to hear any of that shit. They're all laughing at you. And most of all, your wife and daughters don't want to hear that shit. Overexposure isn't the problem here. It's the stuff you say to get attention. And if that whole story is actually true, Why would you tell anyone? It's not the flex that you think it is. And if you didn't already feel sorry for Bert's wife, Leanne, then you will after this next clip. I get it. It's part of Bert's shtick to tell intimate and personal stories about his wife and daughters, but what he said next took it way too far. There is no way that she finds this shit funny and is just going to let it go. No wonder she kicked him out of the bedroom.
And then Leanne came home.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh, you got the VR goggles.
Great to see you.
Yes, so good to see you. Can't wait to go back to you. Hey, let's do it in the dark. I'm just going to put my sleep apnea mask on.
Yeah.
I was like, where's Leanne's labia been? And then I did research. Do you know that women in menopause lose their labia?
What? Really?
I fucking found that out.
How do they lose it?
I don't know, it falls off, I guess.
Just kind of drops
they put
off?
it under a pillow and then they get a wish.
That's pretty cool.
No, but these young girls have crazy labias. Like, and I'm just like, well, that's a lot of labia, man. I'm 53. I need something a little more discreet.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about your wife's body like that on a podcast going out to 50,000 people is so disrespectful. And you know that Leanne's downstairs in the office listening to the live feed of the podcast, right? Overexposure is one thing, but the sheer desperation and need for validation from this overgrown man-child is a whole other thing altogether. This is where it all stops being funny and just starts feeling sad. Bert's not leaning into the whole Peter Pan frat boy thing anymore. He's straight up just humiliating himself and his entire family. When he was younger, it worked, but now that he's a senior citizen with grown-ass daughters in college, living their own lives and having relationships with guys, it's just fucked up. Now he's trying to force the punchline by oversharing shocking stories, which I think are all true, to be honest, and begging for laughs like the drunk uncle who won't leave the barbecue. You laugh along with him just so it's not more awkward than it already is. That is 100% what Tom did for this whole episode. He just sat there and gave Bert the audience he wanted just to get through the hour and get the fuck out of there. And Bert clearly knows something's wrong. He just said it before. We know how sensitive he is, and so with his numbers and views crashing down around him, he's clearly trying to farm engagement 14 seconds into the podcast. It's like he's trapped in an infinite loop of cringe, knowing the only way out is to accept his impending irrelevance and disappear. This is like a Shakespearean tragedy, just without the deep insights and originality.
I really kind of one weekend alone. I was by myself the whole weekend. No one even called me, Tom. On Sunday night, Leanne had Sandy and Tom, our friends, reach out going, hey, you haven't talked to anyone all weekend. Would you like to come over for dinner? And I was like, I got Oculus here. I got 7 bitches waiting in my room.
Yeah.
The f am I going to hang out with you guys for?
Oh, you got a little taste of it.
But I got a taste of what it's like to be, I guess what they'd say is like I don't want to say incel, but like a lonely dude living online and having that be your expression and not, especially if you don't drink and maybe you smoke weed, there's no reason to go out. I'm not trying to be like deep, but really at the end of that week, I understood those dudes who leave negative comments because I was like, yeah, I get it. I get it. You didn't have something, you're not going to get noticed if you say something nice.
You're right. You're right.
You're not going to get noticed if you're like, dude, your special was great.
Yeah.
Or Bert, your new series is awesome.
Bert's transition from frat boy to incel is so painfully ironic and poetic at the same time. It's like how Pedro Pascal went from Hollywood daddy to Hollywood creep within a few months, except for Bert it took him 35 years. But what makes this so comical is Bert thinking he just had a taste for what it's like to be an incel, not realizing that's exactly what he is now. Like, imagine being a multi-millionaire with thousands of so-called friends and spending an entire weekend alone in your room beating your meat to virtual girls while wearing a headset. If that's what success looks like, then I'm happy staying right where I am. These guys have gone full circle. According to Bert, though, somehow this has something to do with all the negative comments he gets.
I don't read comments, but I got the little girl that plays Isla in my show. Her mom texted me.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, I hope you're okay with this, but Lilu's lighting people up in your comments. And she screen grabbed, and it was, it's the trailer to Free Bert.
Yeah.
And some dude's like, this dude fell off.
Yeah.
And then Lilu, who's 10, wrote, off your mom. And she's just lighting these dudes up. I go, hey, just do. I don't care, but I don't want her to. This isn't.
It's not good.
She doesn't stand up for me.
Yeah, it's really adorable though.
But I understand that guy that goes, he gets more attention, and now he's got something to do that day. I'm not defending the guys who leave negative comments, but I'm understanding it after that weekend alone is like you're sitting there with little to nothing to do and you throw a hateful thing out and then someone's like, fuck you. And now you're talking.
Yeah.
And if you reply or I reply, that's a home run. That's like, shut up. I got no celebrity's head.
Yeah.
And this, the reason I don't read comments is one day, one guy got in my head and this guy who I don't know kind of fucked my day up. But then I understood. That guy's not, he doesn't hate me. He just needs someone to talk to.
Yeah, he's lonely, dude.
Yeah. It was really, I'll tell you what, Oculus changed my life. Now,
that's some high-level mental gymnastics right there. Jerking off with a headset on apparently helped him to understand why people don't think he's funny and why he fell off. Bert keeps telling us he's become more self-aware now, he's got it all figured out, but then he hijacks an entire episode of Two Bears, One Cave to share his creepy-ass fantasies and then passes it off as a learning experience. Will Smith and Akash Singh had their wives to perform their humiliation rituals for them, but Bert does it all by himself. Just wind him up and let him go. It truly is incredible. And just when you thought the engagement farming couldn't get any worse, Bert goes full rage bait on us at the end of the show.
if you are a guy thinking, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Look at Jake Paul and take a page out of his book, because that kid created something out of absolutely nothing. And then I look at Logan Paul. Holy shit.
Yeah, they made something happen.
These two kids are the American dream. They are gods. The boys, the Gen Z boys that rule the internet. Yeah. My cousins have me in a chat thread right now, but they muted me because I don't want to hear from boomers. So I can't respond. I can just read all their texts. And assholes. And they are the red pill incels, my cousins. And they were making fun of Jake Paul. And I want to fucking talk to them and go, hey, listen, faces, Jake and Logan Paul are better than any gene in our family. There will be a documentary. There should be a class taught about the Paul brothers in college, freshman year. They are as important to our country as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my God.
This is where I lost Leanne too. John F. Kennedy. And Leanne goes, you're talking about Jake Paul. Yeah. And I was like, I know. Yeah. But he's as important as George Washington.
Well, they will use this in the documentary. So good for you on that.
All right, so first of all, Logan and Jake Paul are not Gen Z. They're fucking millennials, bro. And Bert's not a boomer, he's smack bang in the middle of Gen X. And after all that talk about this weekend alone by himself, Bert calls his cousins incels because they blocked him from their group chat. Isn't it interesting how his family who aren't on his payroll have disowned him? But this argument that Jake Paul has created something from nothing is straight up rage bait. The guy has 20 million subscribers on YouTube. He's been doing it since he was a kid, acting like he just decided one day to become a boxer and didn't already have a massive online following is crazy. Bert's trying so hard to cling on to his youth. It's gotten so bad now that he's idolizing Jake and Logan Paul. The guy is a walking ball of desperation. At one point in the podcast, he started bragging about having lost 30 pounds and started giving everyone health advice on how to diet and exercise. Bert Kreischer decided to start off the new year by explaining how he became an incel and then proceeded to give us fucking health advice. But I can't wait to review Free Bert. The trailers look like a complete disaster. Basically, the story is about Bert trying to fit into Beverly Hills society. He's the rough around the edges dad whose daughters are in a private school and everyone looks down on them. Meanwhile, he's dedicated his entire career to humiliating his wife and daughters in front of millions of people. This show included. So I'm going to have a field day with this one. So make sure you're subscribed to my channels right here on YouTube and then go and check out the link in the description for my Patreon so you don't miss out on all my longer form uncensored content. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and I'll catch you in the next one.